When we remove the card for the first time, and the oil's on top and the water's on the bottom, the liquids don't mix. That's strange. You would expect that the oil would drop down and combine with the water, but they don't. The oil stays separated. This is because oil is hydrophobic, or does not mix with water. The hydrocarbon bonds, which are nonpolar covalent bonds formed between the hydrogen and carbon atoms that make up the unsaturated fat, that is oil, these hydrocarbon bonds are unable to be pulled apart and turned into a homogeneous mixture by the polar water molecules. This is why when water is on the bottom of the two liquids, they don't mix together. The water stays on the bottom and the oil stays on the top. Another reason why oil does not sink down into the water is because oil is less dense than water, meaning that the oil will float on top of the denser liquid that is water.
When the liquids are flipped, you might expect that they would stay the same way as they were before, but with the water on top and the oil on bottom this time. This would make sense, but as you can see in the video, the water always goes back to the bottom. This switching of places is because the water is more dense than the oil. This difference in density is due to a lot of factors. Firstly, the oil molecules are long lipids that have a very long hydrocarbon chain at the end. This means that the molecules can't get as close together as the water molecules can, and so are not as dense. Additionally, because the oil is nonpolar and consists largely of hydrocarbon bonds, it cannot perform hydrogen bonding, meaning that there are less forces attracting the oil molecules to each other than there are to the water molecules. Put together, these things mean that when mixed with water, the oil and the water will always stay separated, but the water will always be on the bottom. Though our experiment was a little messy and we had a few minor spills, overall it worked well enough to display the fascinating properties of water as intended.